Thor is certainly one of the most powerful superheroes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it so happened that it was she who treated the god of thunder very harshly. Thor had to endure many blows of fate, and he endured it with honor and dignity. In today's top, we will look at the 10 worst losses and tragedies of the god of thunder. And we will start, of course, with an indicative flogging of the sun, which was arranged by Odin. For arrogance, audacity, and most importantly disobedience, Allfather deprived Thor of all privileges, God-given powers, and the opportunity to possess his beloved Mjolnir, after which he sent his son to Earth to think about his behavior. And it worked. Thor returned a completely different Asgardian. In 9th place, probably the most harmless loss of Thor that Marvel could only come up with, is his hair. God of Thunder definitely needed a change of image, which Stan Lee himself took up, forcing Thor himself to beg.
By Odin's beard you shall not cut my hair, lest you feel the wrath of the mighty Thor! No! No!
In 8th place, the loss which for the first time after the exile greatly shocked Thor. He lost his main and favorite weapon Mjolnir. The hammer was crushed by the goddess of death Hela with one hand, who by this act drove into a stupor not only her brother, but also all the spectators without exception, showing that nothing is impossible for her. It immediately became clear to everyone that Thor would have a very hard time in the confrontation with his sister. And so it turned out, he alone could not overcome her.
It's not possible.
Darling, you have no idea what's possible.
In 7th place is the loss of an eye. Returning from Sakaar, Thor decides to fight for the throne and challenges Hela to a duel, armed with a powerful magical spear, Gungnir. The goddess of death of course accepts the challenge and comes to grips with her brother. In this fight, Hela completely dominates and eventually wins, depriving Thor of his eye and making his son finally look like his father.
Here's the difference between us. I'm Odin's firstborn, the rightful heir, the savior of Asgard. Now you remind me of Dad.
In 6th place is the most important defeat in Thor's life. This is a fight with Thanos in Wakanda. To cope with the Mad Titan, the God of Thunder makes himself a more powerful weapon than Mjolnir, the Stormbreaker. Unfortunately, when confronted by Thanos, he hits him in the chest instead of delivering an instant fatal blow to the head. This gives the Mad Titan time to use the gauntlet and destroy half of the life in the entire universe. In 5th place, the first loss of a loved one is the death of a mother. In an effort to help Jane Foster, Thor brings her to Asgard, and this is what he brought trouble. Dark elves attack the Golden Kingdom, and trying to protect Jane, Thor's mother, Frigga, bravely fighting Malekith, still dies. Next, father followed to mother. By the time Thor and Loki finally find Odin on Earth, he is dying right in front of his sons. Thor didn't even have a chance to mourn his father, because Odin does freeze his firstborn Hela from captivity. It soon becomes apparent that Hela is much stronger than Thor and Loki, and their first meeting with their sister forces the brothers to
My
flee.
life was all that held her back, but my time has come. I love you, my sons. Look at that. Home.
In third place, the heaviest loss of everything that Thor's ancestors created over the centuries is the kingdom of Asgard. Realizing that he has no other choice, Thor decides to sacrifice his kingdom to stop Hela, as she draws strength from Asgard. He instructs Loki to resurrect Surtur using eternal flame. As expected, the fire demon defeats Hela, but at the same time destroys Asgard itself. Marvel did not stop, and the next blow was the terrible death of Loki, who could not stand the tortures of Thor and gave the stone to Thanos. However, at the same time he decided to cheat and make a last attempt to kill the Titan, but unfortunately it cost him his life. The immobilized Thor could do nothing, watching Thanos squeeze the life out of his brother.
Resurrections this time.
And the most important thing in the first place, the loss of Thor's interest in life itself after all the tragedies that happened to him. He falls into severe depression and becomes a hermit, finding solace in the abuse of alcohol and online games. By the time the Avengers turn to him for help years later, Thor has already become a shadow of the former mighty god of thunder.
Does Dodo look all right?
You look like melted ice cream.
There might be a chance we could fix everything. Thanos.
You say that?